let's think in terms of I'm someone who wants to utilize you to better my footprint in the social media atmosphere, and obviously I'm a personal trainer. I like, and I want to kind of expand where I want to go, and I come to you and I say, okay, I'd like to do this. Where do you start? Where do you begin that conversation in terms
zeroing in?
Yeah.
The coolest part of it is that first, the mistake to avoid. The mistake to avoid is saying, how can we make content about a fitness coach, a personal training program, nutrition plan that is going to have the most broad appeal to the widest audience possible? That's a mistake a lot of people still make. Even though most people understand why it's important to attack a specific niche, still people make this mistake of trying to have broad appeal, and that ruins it, because then you're not perfect for anyone. And everyone is looking for someone who's like especially perfect for them. So the cool part is that you get to identify, like, what are the 3 favorite aspects of the work that you do, like what you'd like to find in a client. What are 2 or 3 attributes of a client, so we can narrow down what your target market is, because that's the first step for doing the social media thing that we do enhanced by AI now. When we start to plan doing some social media for a business like the fitness business that you're involved with, we will start by saying, what's part of your value proposition that would be a reason for someone to choose you rather than some other fitness coach? And also, what are the things that you're looking for in a client, the ideal clients that you'd like to attract? And from there, we can figure out how to use AI to search for good, interesting, genuinely interesting content to be topics of a social media post.
Oh, wow.
Some types of clients, some of the characteristics of the ideal client, or a client that you could do particularly well for.
I like the idea of coaching somebody who's getting on and off planes, who's dealing with kids, who feels like they have zero time in their day and they're all over the place. I appreciate their situation, and I like working with people who are very busy.
Oh, you understand that. That sounds like your world.
Yeah. I also like working with people who have struggled with getting back into good health because of a major injury.
And you have also worked for a lot of clients who had a whole lot of weight to lose too. I have to remember. So with that, with a lot of experience with major weight loss, and then also a lot of experience and research about recovery after injury and getting back into working out after injury, those give me some ideas for what topic we might focus on, using a combination of AI tools to come up with to do the research, and then come up with a lot of different ways to present the social media posts so that they're of interest, like news articles specifically about, I don't know, somebody in the NBA recovering after an injury, but what comes to mind is research studies about that, because someone who's recovering from an injury, trying to get back to where they were physically with their fitness, then they'll be interested in some new research that is like particularly interesting new research that can become the topic of a social media post. A lot of people just hardly ever post to LinkedIn for their businesses, or they hardly ever post because they don't know what they can post. They don't know what to post. Or I've hired social media people before who don't really post anything that's really of interest. They just post, hey, Happy New Year from your friends at such and such.
Yeah.
So we connected to your value proposition. A reason why someone might choose you is because they have a whole lot of weight to lose. So instead of just going with some other fitness coach, if they say to themselves, oh, okay, well, this dude is perfect for me. So that's how I think of it. And that's why it's useful to, now I'm repeating the same thing I just said, to use AI to come up with, to efficiently, so that we can keep it cost effective, we efficiently come up with a lot of options for social media posts for a business to simultaneously give people content they're definitely interested in, and help them understand your value proposition, give them an opportunity to have that impulse to just click over and contact you and say, okay, please send me some information.
All right. Yeah.
Now let's look at the outcome for you watching this video. Let's look at the outcome for something like John's fitness coach business, when his value proposition is that he works well with people who are trying to get back into shape after an injury. Now think about this and how it could apply to your value proposition. The reason why someone would choose your business over one of your competitors. Looking at this on the screen, we have AI helped us come up with a couple of articles, research studies that are of interest to John's target market. So we have one high load versus low load exercise in ACL. That's the anterior cruciate ligament. That's not relevant to this article. We don't have to talk about that. But so here's an article he could post to LinkedIn. Here's another one, blood flow restriction training. That's a kind of training after an injury, how you can recover. This might be not of particular interest to you or me right now, but for John's target audience, this is what they want to see. This is what will make them want to follow him on social media. This is kind of cool. Virtual reality to speed your recovery after an injury. So we choose one of these, right, and an article that he could share, something that's of genuine interest to his audience. And what do we find? Here we are. This is the one about blood flow restriction training. Okay, so you get the idea. AI helps us also instantly come up with some hashtag. I almost couldn't think of the word hashtag. Hashtag the article. Here's the article. And we've got an article that is of interest to his target market. What's next? We go on to, this is for a basis of comparison for you, thinking about what is the reason someone might give if they choose your business, your products, your services, whatever you sell. What's a reason that they might tell a friend when their friend asks them, why did they choose your business? Let's say you have a roofing company. Okay, your roofing company paints people's roofs white. Have you heard about this? It reflects the sun. It's an urban heat mitigation strategy. It helps to save you money. It's environmentally friendly. So this is a value proposition for a particular type of roofing company that has a service where they offer a discount on painting your roofs white. And here are a whole lot of, these are several recent research studies and articles that we can choose from if we're working for a roofing company. You see? So the outcome is we can post about this one that is a research study showing the benefits of painting your roof white for anyone who's interested in that. We have the hashtags, we have the article, and one more, again, to give you a basis of comparison to see how working with an AI specialist virtual assistant like the ones at 10weekbrand.com can instantly, in a cost-effective way, give you a lot of options for stuff you might want to share on not just LinkedIn, but any social media. We're focused on LinkedIn right now. This next example is a restaurant that has specific menu items with specific health benefits. Pistachio nuts, okay, not specific enough. We won't use that. What else? Coffee, definitely not specific enough. We're not looking for the health benefits of coffee. But if we have an oatmeal, okay, that won't work either. But let's say quinoa bowls. You ever eat quinoa? It's like some kind of super food. If you have quinoa bowls, is this the one that we chose? Let me see. The next one, no, it's a dish that involves chickpea and avocado bites. So we'll scroll down past quinoa. Here it is. Let's say you have a restaurant that has a specific dish with chickpea bites and avocado, and this is what you get from it. This is something we can post. It'll show what the benefits are, and this is how we come up with the hashtags. We have an article, and so you see how this is something that we come up with in a cost-effective way because you're working with an AI specialist, and it shows how you can come up with the best stuff to post on social media that shows your value proposition, and it's of genuine interest to your audience. It's not just a commercial, not just a waste of time, but it's something that has value for them and it has value for you because it shows them, it helps them understand what is the reason to choose you instead of choosing someone else. If you'd like to try something like this and get an affordable way to do your social media with posts aligned with your value proposition that makes your audience understand why they should choose you instead of going to your competitors. Check out 10weekbrand.com, send us a message, and we'll get back to you right away.